Guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute. I know I've been MIA. I am so sorry. Do you know what? It's just the whole festive season, the holidays, and I thought I would use the opportunity to just kind of do a big clean out because I like to do that every year, and it just took all my time trying to clean the whole house, trying to redecorate, take away some old things, bring some new things in. Just, you know, when you've got stuff and you're just all over the place and the house is just looking so dull, you just got to spruce it out just to kind of make the new year, make it kind of pump you up for the new year. So that's what I've been doing, so hence I was unable to film. Like, there was just no space to film. Everywhere was just, my house was just under construction, so I was not finding a good place to do that, and walls were getting painted and it just, yeah, it was not very great. Hence why I've been away, but I'm back. So let's dive right into this video. Today's a little chit chat. I know it's all about the new year. Everyone is kind of doing their new year goals, resolution and all that kind of thing, so I thought, you know what, why don't I come and speak to you guys about what I plan to do this new year and how I'm gonna try to achieve that. So I've got a couple of things written down, so I might be looking down there. In no particular order, you know, in the importance, I will just tell you guys some of the things I've written and how I think I'm gonna try and achieve that. Bear in mind, these are things I want to do, but who knows what God's got in plan for me. So it might happen, might not happen, but that's what I want to achieve. And I think it's quite nice to have some, you know, goals set out, because it just allows you to grow in life, to move forward, to just do things. It pushes you to do things. If you have nothing there, you're just all over the place. You don't know if you're coming or going. So I like to refer to them as my goals. I don't like to use the term as resolution. So hence, yeah, I'm going to keep calling them goals. So I've written a couple down. There are a lot more, but I'm not going to say all of them. And I've written just a few that I really want to work on. Another thing I was going to say, it's good to write a few down. Don't be so ambitious and write like 100 that you know you're not going to be able to fulfill or just achieve. Just be realistic. Even if it's that one thing you want to do for yourself this new year, try and write that one thing down and then try and achieve it. Because if you write too much, you will lose sidetrack, honestly. And then also, another tip is, don't write loads of big things. Yes, it's good to dream big. Yes, it's good to have very high ambition, but if you make them too big, then you start to, you know, derail, and each one will take a lot of time, because they're not, if they're big, you know, I presume you will need a lot of you need to invest a lot of time into that thing, and you might not be able to achieve all of them. So try and put even the littlest things down, you know, things are easily achievable, and once you achieve it, you'll be like, wow, I've done it. So that will kind of push you to carry on. So one of the things I've written is to be organized. Like 2017, I was so unorganized, guys. When I say unorganized, that's crazy. I know people think, but you are organized, you do this, you do that, you got the boys. But honestly, I was not organized, because there are times I'll wake up in the morning and then I'll be like, okay, what are we doing? And I actually physically find that I will start one thing, I'll drop it, move it, because I just did not have a routine, and, you know, I didn't have things structured and well organized. So I'll just all over the place. I'll have a headache. I will start one thing, I'll not finish it, I'll move on, and I'll just all over the place. So that's not happening in 2018. So to be organized, I think what I want to do to be more organized is, I've got this board in my office. So yes, it's for my cake orders, but I'll split the board in half. So one is going for the home. Every Sunday evening I would write out what we're going to do the whole week. Yes, it might change during the week, but I can go and just rub it off and fill it out. But then that helps me, because I follow structure better that way. So I'll write out the week planning activities in that way. I know what I am doing when I'm going to do it, because before I never had that. So that was very hard for me to do. So the next thing to do, I want to achieve for 2017 is the family and I trying to eat healthy. I know it's so hard, Lord, with African food. How do you make African food healthy? Like, I find that when you add less oil, then it doesn't taste the same, or when you take away stuff or add things, it just would not taste as authentic enough. But somehow you just have to adjust your taste buds to it, and you eventually love it somehow. So the thing is, I want to try and get the family and I eating healthy, and that even includes molies, because like, well, chicken and chips, guys, there are times I'm so tired, I just get the kids chicken and chips, and now it's just become a routine that we do it all the time. So I want to really cut down on that. Also, I want to cut down on the sugar level, because if you know my children, you know they are like bouncing off walls all the time. They're full of energy, and that is so tiring for me, because when I want them to go to bed so that I can do whatever I want to do, they're bouncing off the wall. So my brother was like, oh, you give them too much sugar, you need to cut their sugar level. I'm like, all right. So I'm gonna try and cut down sugar for me as well, because I do love my sweet stuff. So, you know, being a baker and that. So yes, I'm gonna try and cut down my sugar level and just try to cook more healthier meals, and try to meal prep, because that's another thing, meal prepping, because I feel like that will save you so much time. For me particularly, because when I have cake orders and I'm so swamped with them, I don't like to cook and bake in a day, no. So it makes it easier for me when I've picked up the kids, the food is already in the fridge, I can warm it to eat and I can get on. But then when I have to cook and then feed them, by the time I'm baking, I'm exhausted, the kitchen smells, I don't want the food to transfer. It's just not, no, I just don't like that. If you know me, when I'm baking, you're not even allowed to warm food in that microwave, so you better warm it before I get in that kitchen. So I want to try and meal prep, so that will save me tons and tons of time, because I find that that's time there when I could have been doing something else. So that's another thing I want to achieve for 2018. Another goal for 2018 is to clear off all my debts. I know it sounds so ambitious, but I have sat down and I thought about it and I thought, you know what, Beta, this can't be happening. Because for the longest time, I just run away from it, which was so bad. And I remember my mum saying, Beta, you cannot run away from these things. I have a friend, Sonia, she works in the bank, and she was my advisor. And, you know, she was like, that's one thing money can never get you is good credit. And when she told me that, I was like, nah, I'm going to be good. I'm not going to mess up my credit. And I was doing so well till, you know, some things happened and I just derailed, and now my credit is not what I would like it to be. And also, I just kind of ignored all my debtors. I just did not pick up the calls. I just ignored the letters. I just ripped them up, threw them away, shred them. I just did not want to know. So do you know what? No one told me. It just happened where I just sat down and said, okay, what do you want for yourself? And I knew what I want to achieve. And to achieve those things, I need to make sure all my debts are, you know, sorted and my credit is in a good state. So that's another thing I would like to do, try and pay off my debt. It is quite some money, but compared to others, it might not be anything, but to me it bothers me. Even if it's £1, it will bother me. So that's my plan for 2018, is trying to clear all, if not all, but some of my debts, but the majority of it, I want it cleared. So that's another thing I want to do. So how I intend to clear those debts are, from the ending of 2017, when that light bulb moment just hit, I started contacting my debtors and speaking to them and saying, okay, this is the situation, sorry I haven't been in contact, this is what happened to me, and you know, I'm ready, I really want to pay this debt, but then I noticed that there are some interest on top of it, what can we do? So I was trying to kind of strike deals with them to see how I can clear it off quicker, because sometimes they might be willing to do so. Sometimes there is a thing where you can strike a deal where they might just clear some of it off if you agree to pay everything in one go. So they might say, okay, we're going to take, I don't know, 10%, 15%. It all depends on your debtor. So I've contacted a couple of them, and that's what I'm doing. So we're working towards that. And then also what I did was, I've got my debts from, you know, things that are not so expensive to the most expensive that I've got. So I've started contacting some of them. So I'm not going to contact all of them at one time, because it's just going to be overwhelming. I'm just going to lose sidetrack. So I want to start with this less, you know, expensive debt, and that way I can clear that off quicker. Then I feel pumped, I feel motivated to carry on doing it. So, you know, those ones I can clear off easily, and then move to the biggest one at the end, and just know, okay, there's just that one big one I'm tackling at the end. So I've started doing so. I just kind of started ending 2017, and where there was the holidays, we haven't been in contact. So I'm kind of waiting for next week, and then everything will be back to normal. All the offices will be officially open, so we get the ball rolling. So that's how I intend to clear my debt. Another thing I would like to achieve is to grow my business. As you know, or may not know, I own my own businesses. I've got the UB house, and under the UB house I've got UB cakes, and then I've got UB events. So I've not been doing so great, to be honest, in balancing the two, because they're both very demanding, I'm not going to lie, and I am a one-man business person, so I'm doing everything, I'm doing paperwork, I'm physically, you know, doing the things, so it is quite tiring. So sometimes I find that I lean more towards the cake, and then I'll lean more towards the events, so I need to try and find a balance. So if not, I won't be able to grow the business well. So I do need a team. So that's something I'm working on this year, rebranding and trying to get some team on board and all that kind of stuff. So to grow it, what I intend to do, like I said, yeah, I'm going to try and get people to help, and that way I can delegate and get more things done, because trying to do everything, it's impossible for me, so I'll become slower. So I'm going to try and see if I can get people that are willing to work with me to help the business grow. Another thing I need to do is advertise more, because I'm so rubbish with this whole social media thing. So you know, I'll need to try and promote more my social media platforms. I need to try and just go out there, speak to people, and just advertise more, to be honest, because that's the only way people will know about you, when you put your work out there. So, and then also I wanted to attend more networking events. So those are the sort of things I want to do to help grow my business. I want to also attend business seminars and things like that, because this is what I do. So I need to kind of perfect my craft, and I need to do these things to grow it. Because with business, there isn't a school. Well, yes, you can do a business course, but I just feel like when you study a business course, it's not the same as when you run your own business. You can't, that theory don't relate. So you kind of have to learn things on your own. So that's what I would like to do to grow my business for 2018. Another goal, I don't know, some of you may know, ending of last year I took on I went to a cake school for specialising for wedding cakes. So I am trying to branch towards the wedding industry more. I've had so much fun doing novelty cakes, but wedding cakes I've always wanted to do. I've said that for a very long time, but you know what, I was so scared. I was like, wow, wedding cake. Like when I saw a wedding cake, I would like, wow, I would just like, nah, I can't do this. No, I can't do that. But I said to myself, no, Beda, challenge your feet. You can do this. So I saved up for my course, and I went to it, and I enjoyed it, and I learned so much from it, so much, and I'm ready to put that to practice. So that's something I will be doing this year. So you guys watch out for that. I'm going to be having a lot of wedding stuff happening, cakes and stuff like that. So I'm trying to branch towards the wedding cake industry. So that's another thing I need to work on, because that entails a lot of work, like a lot of work. So because already there are some amazing bakers out there who are specializing in wedding cakes, and wow, like I'm like, okay, can I do this? But you know what, I can do it, and I will do it. So watch this space. Another thing for 2018 is to be patient. I am so impatient. Oh, it's so unbelievable. I am so impatient, and I feel like it's not great sometimes, because you miss out on a better opportunity if you kind of relax, and not saying just leave things, but yeah, I think I want to work on being more patient with things, and just waiting a little bit more, assessing situations before making decisions. To be more patient, what will I do? I think I just need to it's quite hard to say like, okay, this is what you need to do to be more patient, but I just need to work on being patient, to be honest, because currently I'm not so patient and it's a habit I need to stop. Another goal for 2018 is to take my children out more. Like, I've got 3 boys, and it's so tiring, you know, trying to juggle that with being a mom and running businesses. Like I said, I'm a one-man pony, so it's so hard. But I feel like I need to, because I've reached the age where they actually know what they want. They can actually say, Mummy, I want to go here. Sometimes, you know, my little one who's 4, he's like, Mummy, I'm bored. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's go out then, you know. So I want to try and, so that all kind of goes back to organisation. So I need to be more organised so that I can have time to, you know, delegate some time to them. So I definitely, even if it's not travelling out of the country, travelling within UK or even within London, taking them to places. And this cold is not helping, because I hate the cold so much. So I'm like, oh, it's so cold. But yeah, I do need to like come out of my comfort zone, because I love staying in my house. So I do need to come out of my comfort zone and take them out so they can explore, they can learn, and it helps them, you know, they can release some of that energy out there. So that's something I definitely want to try and work on. Another thing I would like to work on and try to achieve for this 2018 is to be consistent. Like we all know, the old saying say consistency is key. With consistency, you can achieve, you can progress, you can, you know, get things done. So I definitely want to be more consistent in everything I do. So whether it's my business, whether it's my personal life, whether it's YouTube, I need to be more consistent. So that's something I definitely need to do. It's not going to be easy, because I struggle a lot with consistency, honestly, like I really do. So that's going to be a very tough one for me personally. So we'll see how that goes, but I have to do it. It has to work, because I'm not writing all these goals for nothing. These are my goals for 2018. I hope I've been able to like inspire someone to get out there and write some goals and just be determined and just want and focus and try to achieve those goals, honestly, because it will help. You know, these are my goals, and I'm going to leave you guys with one little saying that my mom said to me at the end of the year, because we do this family thing where every year we just sit together. In New Year's Day, we go to my mom's, we have dinner, and then we just talk about our plans for the year. She'll be like, okay, so what do you want to achieve this year? So we'll all go around and say what we want to do, and you know, we just see how we can help each other try to achieve that. So we all spoke about it, and then she just left us saying, okay guys, 2018, yes, it's 2018, it's a new year, but it's physically not a new year, if you know what I mean. And we're like, that makes sense. So 2018 is not going to bring you new things. You have to bring those new things into 2018. So you have to do that by changing your ways, changing your lifestyle, changing your friendship, your relationship, you know, things, your habits. You've got to change things to be able to achieve new things. So you can't be doing the same old things you're doing last year and expect that in 2018 blessings and wonderful things are going to come your way. No, you have to go out and bring those things in, you know. So you can't carry on doing all your old things and think, you know, I'm going to get something wonderful happening to me. No. So try to change things in your life, try to make room for newer things in your life. So and I thought, that's a nice quote. So I'm now sharing it with you guys. So hopefully it inspires you, or, you know, makes you think about things in a different light, in a different perspective. So yes, so until my next video, bye guys.